for the Borg Queen to be Seven of Nine's mother. Just the fact that the Queen wants Seven at any cost, complete with the individuality that makes her unique, makes fans speculate that she could be her mother. The Queen tells Seven she could be reunited with her family, but only mentions her father, leaving us to ponder over who her mother might have really be. There are a few pieces of evidence to support this theory, even if it's never been confirmed. The caretaker was actually trying to wipe out the Ocampa. While the caretaker claimed to care for the bizarre Ocampa race, some fans theorize that he was actually trying to wipe them out instead. Taught to be passive without ever questioning their existence, the Ocampa already seemed as if they were doomed for extinction eventually. Any species that simply stops adapting will likely suffer such a fate. What if the caretaker is even enforcing the one child per female policy, controlling their population in an effort to ensure they can't ever recover their numbers? His motive might be his own freedom from the task, and his partner could have fled in order to preserve the species elsewhere. Right, we're coming down to the last three. Chakotay is Seven's beard to hide her love for Janeway. 7 of 9 never really seemed to have chemistry with Chakotay, but she did seem to hit it off with Janeway. The non-canonical pairing is a favourite fan romance. Many fans speculate that the only reason why 7 is even with Chakotay is to cover up her deep love for Janeway. Had the series been produced today, making 7 and Janeway an item wouldn't have been a big deal at all, but at the time there wasn't nearly as much LGBT representation on television. Even Jerry Ryan has expressed feelings about how her romance with Chakotay was a total failure. Could he truly have been Seven's beard? 7 of 9 became a Borg Queen. We all know that 7 of 9 created a hive mind, even if it was temporary. Doing that and linking it to other minds is really the only requirement to become a Borg Queen, right? In this case, what if 7 of 9 became a queen as a result? If the theory that 7 of 9's mother is a queen holds any merit, this theory could carry even more weight, since she could be a match to replace her mother, especially if her mother was originally a clone in the first place. And finally, Starfleet lost Voyager on purpose. What if the Voyager crew was so messed up that Starfleet sent the entire cast out into space and lost them on purpose? It sounds rather far-fetched, but those who subscribe to the idea cite the many dangerous characters on board to support the idea. Could Janeway have used knowledge of this nefarious plan as blackmail to become an admiral in Star Trek Nemesis? Fans used the Golg of Frinchons in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy radio series as an example of this actually happening. It doesn't change a lot in terms of plot, but it sure would alter the tone of the whole series if it were true. If you have a fan theory about Star Trek Voyager, do let us know. You can contact us by email, contact@ufp.earth. Couldn't be easier. And we'll read your comments and perhaps even give you a mention in a future show. And so, as we leave you today, there is news just in from the Federation News and Weather Service. A young Vulcan man is now receiving treatment at the Federation Medical Service. He was found delirious and screaming, seeing 7, 8 lights in the sky, calling out the word Red Angel. Federation Medical Service said he's recovering well. Turns out he was having a myopic event and required cataract surgery. I'm Tony Robinson. You've been listening to Star Trek Weekly News. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's show. Please do contact us through email using contact@ufp.earth. You can now find our shows on iTunes, Spreaker, YouTube, and SoundCloud. You can find us on Twitter @UFPEarth. I'd like to thank Ken Tripp, Brandon Mutala, and Zachary Moore, who are our executive producers and founders of the UFP network. They're doing fantastic work as always. Tune in each Monday to hear the latest episode of Star Trek Weekly News. Live long and prosper.
This has been a production of MTMR Media Works.